Hey Sagittarius, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from April 16th through the 18th, 2026. This is for Sagittarius. Last shuffle coming out for Sagittarius to see what's going on. So Sagittarius, what we have is discovery. We also have the honoring path. So this discovery and honoring path tells me that there's an intention here of one figuring out what what they should be doing. I feel that Spirit wants you to start taking the lead on something. It's because you got to be your true authentic self. They're wanting you to be authentic. Your way and what you need and what you want is the only way for you to be or to live. And you already know that. Don't let your past dictate what you're doing. Like maybe prior bad acts, right? Maybe you did things before and you were like, I wasn't even being honest with myself. And now, maybe you made an agreement with someone, maybe you connected to someone and you're like, I wasn't even really, you know, I, I wasn't even being honest. Whatever the case is, I'm not saying that you are doing anything wrong. I'm just throwing that out there because some of this is telling me that you have very strong emotions about a situation that you actually don't have any feelings for. And so some of you, I know how that sounds, right? But maybe you're in a connection. For some of you, this could be a friendship or a romantic connection that you're saying, look, there's not enough love in this to keep it going, but I feel bad about it. I feel terrible. And my feelings are clouding my judgment, distorting my perception. And it may be because you resent this person, or you resent the situation, or you resent who you had to be in order to be in that situation, because they're saying that you just want to be authentic at this point, and that you are a better person now than you ever were before. And eight of eight of wands tells me someone wants to get a move on. Someone wants to speak and to move, to act, to get busy, get going, get moving. And I'm seeing sixth house being highlighted, which talks about your routines. Like even some of your routines, you may have improved as a person. You may have created some, um, developed some healthier habits, and realizing, it was whatever habits that you've developed or whatever habits you want to develop. It's going to bring you a lot of luck, a lot of luck. You've got to take the lead. You can't wait for someone else to come to a conclusion. You can't wait for someone else to to get a move on or make the moves. You're gonna have to do them. You're gonna have to do everything, but you have to lighten up with it. Um, your true nature is to be light, to be you take things seriously, yes, but your truest nature is to be like, listen, the only way to live is to be honest and light about things, right? I feel that for many of you, you're going through a spiritual enlightenment, which will feel like a dark night of the soul. For many of you, you are going to come into a level of awareness that is going to make you look at everything differently now. But that usually it brings the dark night of the soul, the enlightenment. That's angel number 1001 that I'm getting off of this. Usually that's what it does, right? You wake up to a certain aspect of your life, or you wake up to a truth. And especially if you've been going down this path of like trying to understand a religion or trying to understand a spiritual concept, trying to get your bearings about what you believe and what you know, and you stumble across something that says, I want to change my life. This isn't it. I want to change my routine. I want to change what I do. I want to change the way I eat, the way I live. And now you may look at your situation, like your relationships with people, and say, there's not enough here to keep these connections going, right? And I almost resent even myself for not being honest or authentic with myself, or authentic in this situation. And I have to be someone else in order to actually live in this. I have to pretend, and I can't do it. And it's going to make you feel really down for a little bit because, wow, I have really, how sometimes you think that you're being yourself, especially, in relationships, sometimes you're like, man, I was happy as crap, the whole time. And then you wake up to an idea or an understanding or something is brought to the table. We come to a certain awareness, or maybe something gets revealed, and then you realize this whole thing was a freaking lie. And I'm over here trying to bend over backwards to make sure everything's great, and this is the foolishness I'm dealing with. Oh no. So you want to listen to your intuition 100%. Your intuition may be telling you that even in all of that, the people that you're connected to may be very jealous of you, suspicious, and like you may feel like they're materialistic. They're only with you for what they can get. And that may breed a whole nother level of resentment. And so spirit wants you to um, understand that this is not going to last forever. This will pass. This will pass, right? And with discovery, page of swords, nine of cups, nine of pentacles, and hierophant, this is about, okay, I've discovered some concept. Sometimes the hierophant could speak of a religious understanding of something. Like maybe you read scriptures and then all of a sudden it starts to click. Now you're watching. You discover through watching and listening, reading, what you realize, you know what, I could have the life I desire, but I want to be free in order to pursue the life I desire. And you may be watching people now, and that may build the resentment also. With the King of Swords and the Five of Swords, the honoring path is that you're a really smart cookie. You're really intelligent. You're very, very clear about what's going on. You may feel like you've been taken advantage of. Some of you are contemplating or are separating or have separated from someone. It's the right thing to do is what this is saying. Like something has to be over, because there's no way I could go back to what I was doing, because I'm a different person now. I see things completely differently. It could never be whatever it was. And this doesn't always have to be romantic. This is any connection, any relationship that you have in any form or fashion, that this could be occurring. But in romance especially, I'm seeing a lot of people going, there is not enough here. I don't think this is gonna. I just don't. I don't see it. You know, I just can't see it. You know, you need to say to yourself, I am becoming a better version of myself every day. This is telling me that you have improved. You've handled a situation with grace, and you've improved despite your circumstances, right? So you have great gratitude with the Nine of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, and you're grateful. This is telling me that you're very grateful for what you have built. You're very grateful for how far you have come as a person, and also the fact that you did your best. You did everything you possibly could. You learned, you integrated, and still there's not enough here for this to keep going. The increase is the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. But one thing I can say, when anyone is getting to a point that I'm seeing here, you always want to do your best, because then you could really look back with pride, like, look, I did the best I could. I tried. I mean, I led you to water. You didn't drink. What you want me to do? I did everything. I even drew the water and brought it to your lips, and you still didn't drink. So I can't say that you're dehydrated because of me. I know I did what I was supposed to do. So that always feels, there's always a vindication in that energy where you are, and then it also helps you to take the next step forward. Like, well, there is nothing more I can do over here, but if you didn't help at all, you may always be plagued with, I could have done more. I don't see that for you at all. I don't think you could have done anything more than you already did. Increase, though, with the Six of Swords and the Page of Pentacles tells me that for many of you, well, it feels like you are very nervous. Someone's very nervous, and it may be because you're saying, I'm depleted. I'm left almost with nothing. And so you're going to have to learn how to make things better, rather than just things getting better buoyantly, just immediately. As soon as you drop a load, you're floating to the top. No, you have to tread water. I'm seeing that kind of thing. But you're a very charming person. You're very intuitive. And that may have been what got you in the situation you're in. This person may have been very charming, very intuitive, very sensual, appealing to all your senses, right? Everything smells good, everything looks good, everything feels right, everything tastes right. And so you may have gotten involved in a situation or dealing with a certain person, and realizing that I'm in a storm, and no matter what I do, is not getting any better. So yeah, I don't know who this is for, but this feels really, really oddly personal. So, the angels are asking of you to listen to your intuition heavily. You are on the right path as far as your intuition is concerned. Because you are becoming a better version of yourself, because you are in a better space, things should lighten up for you. You want to use the color white throughout the weekend. It doesn't mean that you have to be head to toe white, but The color itself, if you were to choose anything, white would be a great color to help you to lighten up or to help you vibrate on that frequency so that you are, you know what I mean? You're resonating with lightning of things, because your luck is about to change. Your luck is about to change. I see big luck around you, good luck around you. Hmm. Year of the Snake could be very significant. Year of the Snake could represent the type of people that you are seeing now. It's an attentive energy, which the Page of Swords represents. Whatever you're seeing, trust what you're seeing. Your intuition is going to tell you that everything that meets the eyes is also meeting the third eye and your heart. You are going to see everything, and you see exactly what it is. Don't doubt yourself. Um, mm, 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 mm. Or it could represent, you may feel that people around you have a problem. They're jealous. They're suspicious of every little thing because they know what they're doing, right? But it also could represent the fact that they're very charming with it. So what you see is not what you're feeling either. It might not match. So Year of the Snake also could represent when you started to notice this stuff. And that would be last year, 2025, 2013, 2001, 1989, 77, 65, 53, 41, and 29. It also could represent the years that the people significant to the situation were born or you were born. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Gemini. So you could be dealing with the Taurus Gemini cusp. You don't have to be dealing with these signs at all. However, those signs could also just be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.